Hi everyone! In this video we're going to show you how to configure and use YITH WooCommerce Product Add-ons and extra options. With this plugin, you can create advanced free or paid options to add to your products using fields like checkboxes, radio buttons, labels, color swatches, and more. We're going to show you how to configure the plugin and how to create the blocks of options, but first, let me remind you that we'll list the links to the plugin, documentation, and live demo in the description below, so you can go ahead and check it out. And now, let's get to it.
Let's go to the plugin panel in YITH, Product Add-ons and Extra Options. Here we'll find all these sections: Options blocks, General Settings, Style, Your Store Tools, Help, and the option to collapse. So first we have Options blocks. This is where we can create blocks with sets of options by clicking on Add Block. Every block created can be found here. We're going to find the name that we entered for the block, the priority level, we're going to see that in just a moment. Where this is shown, it can be shown on all products or in specific products like this case, or on specific categories. Then we're going to see if it's active or not. This one is active. We can deactivate it anytime and activate it again. Then we have the option to edit the block of options, to duplicate it by clicking here like this, to delete it, confirm delete, yes, delete, and to move it around in case we need to change the position. Let's create a new block. I'm going to click here on Add Block. The first option we have is the block name. We're going to name it Pizza. This name is for you to identify this block. It is not shown to users. And here's the priority level. So basically here you set how important this block of options is. 1 is the highest priority level, so this would be the most important block of all the blocks created on the site. This is mainly to arrange the rules in case there were more than one block of options that was applied to the same product. Then here's where we can decide where to show this block of options. We have all products or specific products or categories. I'm going to choose this one. Here we can choose which products or categories are going to show this block of options. I'm going to select this one, Your Pizza at Home. Then we have the option to decide who can see the options. We have all users, only guest users, logged in users, or specified user roles. I'm going to leave this one selected. And now is where we create the options. I'm going to click on Add Option, and we're going to get all these options. We have HTML elements, which are heading, text, and separator. And then we have these options. We have checkbox, radio, input text, text area, color swatch, number, select, label or image, product, date, file upload, and color picker. We're going to choose checkbox, and we'll find 4 tabs: Populate Options, Options Configuration, Display and Style, and Conditional Logic. So first, in Populate Options, we need to set the title to show before the options. We're going to be adding drinks as options to the pizza product, so I'm going to enter add something to drink. Then we have this option to also use this title in cart. If I deselect this, I'm going to be able to enter the title that is going to be shown in cart, checkout, and order. We're going to leave this one checked. Then you can enter a description in case the option requires a description. In this case, I don't think it does. And then we can start setting up the options. The first option we're going to offer is water. We have the same option here. We can either use the same label in cart or not. We also have the option here to keep this one selected by default. We could check this option in case we wanted the water bottle to be selected by default when the customer goes into the product page. And you also have the option here to enable or disable the option. Then we can enter a tooltip, a description, an image, and then we have the price. We have 3 different options for this checkbox add-on. We can either set the option as free, so allow users to select it without adding an extra cost to the main product price. We can set an option price to increase the main product price if this water option is selected, or set a discount in case it is selected. If I select this option, for example, product price increase, we're going to be able to set the regular option cost, the sale cost, and it can be either a fixed amount or a percentage. In this case, since the first option is water, we're going to leave it as a free option. And you can also set the option as required in order for users to add the product to the cart. I'm going to add another option now, and this one is going to be soda. We're going to keep this as it is right now. We're going to use this labeling card as well. No tooltip, no description, no image. But then for the price, we're going to increase it by a fixed amount of $2. Okay, so once you create and configure all the options, you can just click on save. But before we do that, we need to see the other tabs. We're going to scroll up and select options configuration. Here we can choose the selection type. For example, in this case, I have single selected, so users can only choose one of the options offered in this set of options, or you can select multiple, so they could choose both the water bottle and the soda bottle. Then you have the option to set the first option selected as free, and then you can decide how many options they can select for free. If I set 2, they can add 2 products for free, even if the options have a price. Then the option to force users to select options of this block, and when enabled, you get to choose how many options the user needs to select to be able to purchase the product. You have at least or exactly. So if I set exactly one option, users are going to have to select one of those 2 options to be able to add the product to the cart and order it. And lastly, we have the option to sell options individually. In this case, the option selected would be added to the cart in a separate row, and the price would not be affected by the quantity of the main product entered on the product page. Now let's move on to display and style. So here we can set to show an image for this set of options. If we enable this, we can upload a file. Then you can decide if you want to replace the main product image when the option is selected. You can hide the options images. You can set the options position. You can choose to show the entire set of options as toggle, and it can be default. This is configured in the plugin general settings. No. Or you can show it as toggle, opened, or closed. Then you can hide the labels and the prices, and you can set how many options to show per row. Right now it's 1, and you can also adjust options in a grid layout. If I enable this, I can choose where to adjust the options within the container. We're going to disable the option, and last we have the Conditional Logic tab. This is where you can set the conditions to show or hide this specific set of options, so the drinks. If you enable this, you're going to be able to decide if you want to show or hide this set of options based on specific product variations. And you also have these display rules to show or hide this set of options if all of any of these rules match. And here's where you can set the condition. If I had several set of options created within this block of options, I would see them all here. I would see the set of options and the individual options inside each set of options. And then I can complete the condition here.
Before moving on, let me remind you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell down below so you know every time we have a new video for you. Now, let's continue with the video.
And I can add as many rules as I want to here. I'm going to disable the option, save, and then I'm also going to save here. And now let me show you what this set of options looks like. And there we go. We have the main product here with its price. And we have this set of options here: add something to drink, water, which is for free, or soda, which is worth $2. So if I check this one, the product price is $12, but the total options is 2, so the total is 14. And I can only choose one because I set the single selection type. And let me show you how Conditional Logic works. I'm going to select a different product to show you. So here we have a custom post, and we're using Conditional Logic in this option. Here we have an input text field where we can enter keywords only if this option is checked. This is a checkbox add-on. So if I uncheck it, the field disappears, and if I check it again, it appears. So this is how we use Conditional Logic on this product. In the description below, you'll find a link to a video tutorial where we explain how to use Conditional Logic. And of course, keep in mind you can also find several tutorials for this plugin in our Product Add-ons and Extra Options playlist. Now, back to the dashboard, and let's go to General Settings. Here we're going to find 3 subtabs: general options, cart and order, and color and label variations. Let's go to the first one, general options. This is where we can set the general options of the plugin features. We have the general options section first, where we can choose the position of the options on the product page. It can be before or after the add to cart, what button to show in WooCommerce pages, whether to change the product base price with the calculated total. This is what we saw moments ago. You can also hide the add to cart button until the required options are selected. You'll also find these options for the total price box. You can choose to show the product price and total options, the final total, hiding the options total, the final total, or just hide the box. You can also hide the titles and images of options groups and the images of single options. Then we're going to find the upload options section, where we can choose the uploads folder. This is the folder where we're going to store the files uploaded by users. The allowed file types, we can of course edit this, the maximum file size allowed, and you can also attach the uploaded files to the order emails. And finally, we have the date option section with the option to choose the 24-hour time format. Then let's go to cart and order. Here we're going to set the cart options for the cart and checkout pages. You can choose to show the options in the cart page, the replacement image in the cart, and to hide the options in the order email. Then we have the color and label variations subsection. This plugin is integrated with YITH color, image, and label variation swatches for WooCommerce by default. So in this premium panel, you'll get this dedicated section. You're going to find options to manage variations, to set the attribute behavior, to enable a tooltip for attributes, to set the tooltip position, the animation, and whether to show the attributes description or not. Then we have the style section. This is where we configure the style options to customize the add-ons. We have first the block style section. Here's where we can configure all the style related options that apply to all add-ons globally. So here we can configure the global style for the block titles, the block background, and the padding. Then we have the toggle section where we can choose to show the options in toggle. If we enable this, we can also set whether it's going to be open by default or not. This of course is the global setting. Then when you're creating each set of options, you're going to be able to choose whether to use the default setting or not. Then we have form style, where you can choose the general style for the form, the checkbox style, it can be rounded or square, the accent color for the selected options, the border color of the form, the label font size, the description font size, the required option message color, so it stands out, the required option text, in our cases this option is required. Then we have the price box style section, where we can choose the colors. Then the color swatches section, where you can choose to have the color swatches rounded or square, and you can set the size in pixels. Then the labels and images section to set the position. You can force image equal heights. You can choose the label and the description position and set the padding. Then for tooltip, we have the option to show tooltip or hide it if I disable it. I'm going to enable it again. There we go. The tooltip color and the position. And finally, we have the upload file section, where we can choose the text to show for users to drop the files and the link to show. We have the upload button right now. And then the colors. Then we have your store tools. These are additional tools to improve user experience, increase conversions, and loyalize customers. Here you'll find some of our plugins. For example, the best choice here is request a quote. So besides adding all these extra add-ons and options to your products, you can also hide prices and the add to cart button on your shop, so customers can request a quote for the products with the extra options and add-ons you created. Then you have catalog mode. You have also gift cards, which is also one of the best choices. So you can also sell gift cards in your shop to increase earnings, and more. And last, we have the help section. Here you'll find a video tutorial to see how to create an options block and show it in a product page. You'll find a link to the documentation to learn how the plugin works, the playlist with all our video tutorials, the frequently asked questions, and you'll also find this link to submit a ticket in case you need support from our developers. Okay, so now that we have seen all the options the plugin dashboard includes, we're going to create a new block of options for a t-shirt. I'm going to show you the product first. So this is a product, a custom t-shirt, and I don't have any options yet. Now, let's say we sell customizable t-shirts, a product that's very popular in online stores, and it's a great use case for the product add-ons and extra options plugin. So we're going to need to add options to this product so that users can customize their t-shirts. Let's go back to the dashboard and let's go to options blocks. We're going to click on add block. We're going to name the block first. I'm not going to change this, and we're going to show this block of options in specific products or categories, and we're going to search for the t-shirt that I just showed you. There we go. I'm not going to enter anything here. We're going to show the options to all users, and let's start creating the options. I'm going to click here. For the first set of options, I'm going to choose label or image. We're going to use these options so users can choose the color of the t-shirt. So for the title, we're going to choose the color, but we're not going to use this label for the card. We're going to uncheck this. For the card, it's going to be color. The first option is going to be light blue, and I'm going to add an image for this. There we go, select, okay. And if this option is selected, we're going to increase the price by a fixed amount of $1. We're not going to make this required, and I'm going to add another color. This one is going to be white. I'm going to add an image, select, and this one won't change the product price. The option is going to be free. Then let's see, in options configuration, we're just going to leave all the options as they are, and we're going to move on to display and style. And here we're going to focus on this option, product image replacing options. We can choose not to replace the image, to replace it with the block image, or to replace it with the options image. I'm going to select this one, replace it with the options image. This way, when a customer selects one of these two colors, the main product image will be replaced by the color image I have just uploaded. And we're going to hide the labels and set 2 options per row. Then we're going to adjust options in the grid, and we're going to set this to 40. Save and save again. And let's go see the product page, refresh. Great, so now we have these 2 options to choose the color. This one is $1. You can also choose to hide the price so this is not shown. And if I select this light blue color, the main product image changes. And you see here that I have the product price and the total options. Since this color is $1, the order total has changed from $3.99 to $4.99. Let's go back and let's add more options. I'm going to click here again. I'm going to choose label or image again, but this time we're going to add labels so that users can select the t-shirt size. So the title is going to be choose the size, and in cart is going to be size. I'm going to add 4 sizes, S, M, L, and XL. I'm not modifying any of this because I don't want to change the price. I don't want to add images. I'm going to move on to the options configuration tab now. And we're going to force users to select an option in this set of options. So they'll need to select the t-shirt size in order to add the product to the cart. We're going to force users to select set of options of this block. To proceed with the purchase, users have to select at least one option. Then in display and style, we're going to set 4 options per row because we have 4 sizes, and we're going to adjust the options in a grid, and it's going to be 30. Save, and I'm going to add another set of options. Now we're going to add an upload field so users can upload their own logos to print on their customizable t-shirts. So I'm going to select file upload. The title is going to be upload your logo. We're going to use the same title for the card. And then for label, we're going to enter upload logo. Same for the card. And we're going to add a description for this option. We're going to increase the price by a fixed amount, and it's going to be $10. It's not going to be required. We could allow multi-uploads in case we wanted customers to send several images for their t-shirts, but we're just going to disable this option and allow users to upload 1 image for this option. Then in display and style, we're going to set 1 option per row, that's it. And we're going to adjust the options, and this time it's going to be 50. Save. And now we're going to add the last option, which is going to be a text input field. The title is going to be custom text. Same for the card. The label is going to be enter a custom text. We're going to add a description. Since this is an input text field, we can limit the input characters. We're not going to set a minimum, but we're going to set a maximum of 20 characters. This way, we're going to limit the input characters to 20 to make sure they don't exceed that limit. And we're going to increase the price by a fixed amount of $5. Then in display style, we want to have one option per row. We're going to adjust the options to 50 again. Save again. Let's go to the product page. I'm going to refresh. Great, so here we have all the options we have just created. We have the colors here. I can choose this one to change the main product image. I have the labels for the sizes. I can choose small, medium, large, or extra large. I have the option to upload a logo, so I can drop the files here or click here to upload the file. So here's the title, this is the label, upload logo, the price of the option, and here's the description, upload your logo to customize a t-shirt. And then we have the input text field, we have the title, custom text, the label, the description, here you can enter a short text, and here we can start writing. You see that I cannot keep typing because I have reached the 20 characters limit. The price has been automatically updated because I enter a text here. If I delete this, then the product price will not include the custom text. And if I try to add this product to the cart without selecting a size, I'm going to see this message in red because I configured this set of options to make it mandatory to choose at least one of these options. So I'm going to select a size. I'm not going to upload a logo, but I am going to enter a text here and I'm going to add to cart. And if we go to the cart, we're going to see we have the title that we chose for the cart, not the one that we set for the product page. We're going to see the options, of course, the additional price. This is all configured in the plugin settings, the title, the label, and the text I have just entered.
Okay, so that's how the plugin works. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and we'll meet again for our next video.